think it came out pretty good.
Looks like a nice jump.
It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
That's good.
My daughters grew up in that car.
Oh, really? Alright guys, what's going on? So today's a really special video because we don't get to work with the black car this time. We're actually going to be taking the Mustang GL down to the original owner's property and showing him the car for the first time since it's been running and driving in the last 30 years. So as you guys saw, we got that thing, we did like a mechanical restoration on it. We cut, buffed it, did the water pump, a bunch of different things in the engine bay, detailed the whole car inside and out, and it looks really good. For being a one owner car that hasn't been restored ever, it came out pretty good. It still needs a couple things. Either way, it's gonna be a really cool video. So I'm headed down to Michael's right now. We're gonna grab his truck and a trailer. We're gonna throw the truck on a trailer specifically because it's 107 out today. And there's no shot that car would be able to make it like on a 40-minute drive without overheating. So just to play things safe, we're gonna go ahead and put it on a trailer, bring it down there. We're gonna go ahead and see his reaction. It should be a pretty special day. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the car and I'll see you guys down at Michael's. Yeah, there's definitely benefits about driving a cam daily. Yep, it's pretty nice. Alrighty, well, this thing's gonna sit here for a little while. Freaking brake dust, drive it for 2 days and the wheels are black. But we have a trailer, we have one broken car, two broken cars, and then that moves. We can't pivot the trailer around because of more broken stuff. Yay. So on our way to U-Haul. Alright, trailer acquired. Ready to go onward. It's already 100 degrees, so it should be a long day. Ah, there she is, good old loyal Fox body. Let's go and pull the cover and get this thing on the trailer. There's spiders. See a loyal car? Oh, the radio's still on. It died. Beautiful. Idle. Oh. Almost had it. Come on! I hate cars. This thing has never not ran, and the second I need it to do anything reliably, it doesn't run. It's got gas. It's just not getting up into the carburetor. Well, I would say that that's probably most of the reason why it doesn't run. Is both of these are loose. Like very loose. Alrighty. Good. Let's try it again. What? Shut the hood! Shut the hood! Okay. Alright, well, it's on the trailer. That was a pain. I don't know why it wasn't wanting to run very well. It seems like it definitely needs some carb tuning. It's been sitting for a month, but it does have fuel to it, so I think once it warmed up, it seemed like it ran a little bit better. When I turned the AC on, it actually worked for a split second. But yeah, you got a bunch of cobwebs. Yeah, I got a bunch of cobwebs I gotta get out real quick, wipe the thing down, and we'll be good. But the thing stayed really clean. Like, it doesn't look too bad. So just gonna throw another strap on the back end and we'll be good to go. Whew. Man, I realized when we were coming down here, this was the most 80s thing on the road. Look at this setup. So awesome. Oh yeah, nice. It's your curly hair and whatever else they wore in the 80s.
80s mode engaged.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this thing cooperates and literally just goes into the driveway so I don't have to push it. But it should work. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Now it runs fine. There's a little toaster oven. It's louder up there than it is with the exhaust. Oh, I also, check this out. I got the two words. You can kind of listen. Stalls out when you turn this on. It's cold-ish, I guess. I mean, the idle drop, so it's doing something, right? Yeah. Also let it run for a minute since it hasn't really been ran that much in a month. So, and then I'll knock on the door and say what's up and show them the car. Pretty cool, huh? It's such a sweetheart. It's like a little sewing machine. It's honestly pretty cool. Like, once we got it running, the thing just idled and ran beautifully, and I was like, this car is so nice. Nicest car I've ever had. Everyone always give me problems. This one's been perfect. The only time it gave me a problem was when I was trying to put it on the trailer to come here. It was like, I'm tired. Don't leave me alone. But yeah, once I got it running, it runs great. Yeah, we'll pull it up forward.
I mean, even sitting in all those years.
They're not really good.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, very good. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, that looks beautiful.
Thank you.
You can tell you worked really hard, put your heart into it.
Yeah.
Where's the possum?
Oh, I found another one.
I know.
I found 2 of them.
What all did the mother take?
We did a water pump on it. Water pump. We didn't even put on later on, I don't think. I put another radiator in it because this one was gummed up. And then other than that, it was a carb rebuild kit. Just changing all the vacuum lines and hoses and whatnot. And then other than that, it ran great.
Wow.
How was it transmitted?
Tires.
Yeah, it's got new wheels and tires on it. They're not new, but new enough. But yeah, and then I wiped down the whole car and buffed it out, so it looks all right. Yeah, I think it came out pretty good.
Looks like a nice jump.
It's
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
That's good.
My daughter threw up in that car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
She told my mom, I'm going to throw up. So my mom put her hand back there and she threw it.
Nice.
That's what she remembers out of it. She's
Yeah.
38.
Thing in the trunk.
No, not really. There's a couple original documents of like for the car itself. Like I found the original VIN, the spare factory VIN, and then the sales receipt from Drew Ford. So it's all the paperwork for this car specifically was still here, which was pretty cool.
Good.
So this car was this in an accident at one point?
Were you in an accident? Is this the one that you got T-boned or?
It had it like the front ends. You can see it's kind of
yeah,
blue.
on this, yeah.
Yeah, because we noticed like you can see the whole front end of this car is blue.
Right there, yeah.
This is the original color.
Yeah, so this is the original.
Right.
And then somebody repainted it because it was in a front end footage.
Oh, gotcha.
So it was pretty nice. I had this at a buddy's house. We would just get pizza and drinks and hang out. It'd be like 4 or 5 of us. We would just be tinkering on it all night. And then play like a board game after. It was like a nice, made like a party out of it.
Oh, I see.
So it was pretty cool. We spent a couple weekends just kind of tinkering with it and making it run. And my buddies were working on it and they got it running. And I was like, go take it around the block. So they go drive it around the block, got a big smile on their face. It was really cool. I don't know how much you can see inside of it, but the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the buzzers, the secondary buzzer.
Oh.
And the original radio.
I saw that stereo, the slide thing on the bottom.
The original radio still works. Isn't that crazy? All the lights, all the buzzers, all the everything still works. That's why I was like, wow. Phenomenal. Yeah, no,
He said this is the nicest one he's had. He's worked on a lot of them.
Gave me the least amount of problems.
I'm so glad you have it.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you like Chris reached out and
yeah.
I was like, obviously I have my black one, and so he's like, there's one, his coworker Justin knows me, and he's like, if there's one person that I know that would want this car, it'd be me, because I'm already familiar with him. And I was like looking at the car more, and I was like, this is like pretty dang cool, because like even my black car, like the whole underneath of it looks like it's been jacked up in every right corner. It's all bent and broken. But like I crawled underneath this car, and I don't even think they've jacked this car up ever.
Really?
Like maybe they just put tires on it once, but like the bottom of my car is all sorts of effed up. This car is straight.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, he took care of it. He was really spontaneous. He'd go buy cars and come home with them when I was little. And
yeah, we found paperwork saying he traded in a Pontiac Le Mans for this car.
Oh God, that was huge.
I was gonna say, you remember that car?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we saw that.
Like nobody wants to drive that.
Yeah. I know, it was funny. My buddy was going through the paperwork and he was like, he got $1,700 for his Pontiac Le Mans.
But he had to give up his '72 Pontiac.
I was gonna say he got 17.
He got $1,750 for his Pontiac.
And trade-in.
He came home with that. My mom's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
It was huge.
Yeah, those are big cars. Yeah, and you go to this little thing right after.
Right.
Big difference. Yeah, it was crazy because like we kind of could play out the history of the car with the paperwork that was in it. So what I'm gonna do is take all the original paperwork and kind of frame it, put it in like a display, and then it'll either go with the car or I don't know, maybe I'll get it back to you guys. So just because it's kind of a cool thing, like they don't exist with these cars, so that's why I was so impressed. Because sometimes people keep them in a file, but the file goes missing or people move or whatever. So I want to work, and sometimes it does. But I charge it and everything, and then it was working, like it was ice cold in the AC, and then this thing locked up, and I was like, dang it. So I had working AC for 2 minutes, and then we wouldn't put it on the trailer this morning, and I was like, the AC works. I was like, oh my gosh.
You should wrote in it.
Yeah, but
sit on the trailer.
It's still got the original Ford ignition unit on it. All the original service tags are on it. The original wires are on it.
Oh, wow.
So all we really did was like change a couple hoses and lines that needed to be changed, new belts.
They just don't make them like this. They have that plastic.
Yeah, and it's all
the rats eat.
perfect. Yeah. It was all in good shape. Like I had to change a couple wires and a couple solenoids, new battery, just typical stuff. But like everything was in phenomenal shape. Like I was looking at my buddy, and this is all this factory smog stuff that's all over the place. And I was like, I bet you this thing will pass smog, because it has all the stuff and the original catalytic converter, and this pump is a smog pump and it still works. And all the filtration is still there and it's in good condition. So I was like, I don't think you can physically get that lucky on a car that's sat that long will pass smog. You know, that like doesn't happen. Yeah, that's where it's at. Pretty wild. So it's like a good car and a good car driving. It's like seeing where it was.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Guys, I really, it was so sweet of you to think of it, to bring it by.
Yeah.
Really think that's-
It was something that if I had a car and I gave it to somebody, I'd want to see it again done. So I was like, I need to make that initiative to show them and show it actually improves a lot. So let's see, hopefully it runs. Alright, well, it's a job well done. Little GL seems to run pretty good. Makes me so happy, man. So we were talking a little bit more to the original owner. So Don drove this car every day, and he actually down the street from here got T-boned in the front, which was the paperwork that we found showing that the car had been in an accident. Because if you remember watching some of the earlier videos, we pointed out how this thing is blue. Like it's got a metallic blue like fender, and the hood is blue. And we're like, this thing has definitely been changed. So I believe the left front of the car had been hit right here, and that's why it was repainted, because you can see the 2 layers of paint on the back. So it's kind of cool being able to add up all the clues and get physical evidence from someone and actually like hear the story. So he was telling us he was going home from work, I believe, driving home, and I think somebody blew a red light and clipped him in the front. And this was, you know, in the early 80s, mid 80s, so it was when the car was still new. Luckily it got fixed. And then we asked him why he had stopped driving it, and he quite literally said, I don't really know. I just stopped driving it. Might have been because he got another car. You really don't know with something that's been sitting this long. And other than that, he said he kept up on all maintenance. There was a shop around the corner from his house that he took the thing to quite frequently. So it was kept up on maintenance and stuff like that. So I think all the issues that we ran into was simply just from it sitting. So, but either way, really happy with that. I'm glad Karen and Don got to enjoy the car. So massive shout out to them for not only giving me the opportunity to work on the car, but allowing me to bring it back down here and show them. So really cool. If you guys get a car from someone and it's a really special vehicle to them, make the initiative to bring the car back and at least show them the work that you've done. So they definitely appreciated it, and I appreciate this car too. So let's go get some Texas Roadhouse, buddy. Sure. All right guys, so we're back with the GL. It's actually cool out now. It's only 82 out now. Not too bad, getting a little bit better. So I figured I'd finish this video off doing a couple little cosmetic things. The one thing you might have noticed is the wheels are not really up to par. They definitely need to be resprayed. So I'm gonna go ahead and repaint those, and then there's a couple other things around and inside the car I need to do. I need to clean this thing up. Gosh, the freaking dome light works, isn't that crazy? I need to go ahead and recoat the dash. You can see the dash got a little bit dull from sitting, and kind of just wiped everything down. You can see from when we polished it, some of the stuff got through the window from the wet sanding and buffing, so I gotta wipe all that off. But just some minor cleaning, but overall this car is just so nice. Such a sweetheart, such a nice car. So I've been curious what you guys want us to do with this car. I don't really have much of a plan for it, so I'm always open to options, so leave a comment down below. right, guys, got the GL wrapped up. You can see it looks so much better with freshly painted wheels. Oh my gosh. And I went ahead, and while the wheels were on those little stools, I went ahead and I cleaned out the tires, put some degreaser in there, went ahead and took a brush and actually scrubbed through the tread on the tires so there wasn't a bunch of dirt stuck in the tires. And I mean, just doing stuff like that makes everything look a lot nicer. So I'm very, very happy with the way the car came out. It actually, unfortunately, rained randomly last night. Like, it's 100 degrees out right now. But like last night it rained, so you can see my black car just got absolutely wrecked. So yeah, so did this one. It was clean, I promise, but you can see the rain kind of left a little bit of a dew. I got to do another polishing pass on the car to just go ahead and clean it up and go ahead and get a good brush and clean in some of the grill spots and the headlight buckets and whatnot. But overall, this car looks freaking awesome. I love this thing. It's got so much character for how little and tiny of a car it is and how old it is and how original it is. It's still really, really cool. So it definitely shows the story of the car. As you kind of go around it, you can see the different spots in the paint and the imperfections, and literally 2 different paint jobs, and the front clip being a different color, and the original paint with the original tags on it. It's just so cool. So, and everything works flawlessly. I mean, the door on this car opens like considerably better than my black car does. So, and the whole interior of this thing just looks freaking awesome. Cleaned up really, really well. I mean, this thing has the original carpet and floor mats in it, which is crazy. That's just dirty. I can wipe all that off and it'll look brand new, but this is the original carpet and the original seats to the car. And it's just awesome. The only imperfection in the entire interior is right there in that seat. See, it got kind of cracked up, and then there's 2 cracks in the dash. So nothing too crazy, honestly. I mean, even the center console piece just looks so cool. So I love this thing. But either way, one of the highlights of this entire project for sure was being able to take it down and show Dawn and Karen the car. And then they haven't seen it move in, gosh, at least 10-20 years when it was parked there. I think it was actually parked there like 30 years ago, but either way, for them to see the car running and moving, it was very satisfying to them, and I was really glad I could have done that. So a massive thank you to Michael for helping me trailer the thing down there. And I don't know what's next for this car. You guys let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see me do with it. It's just such a cherry little car that I don't want to touch it. I just want to make it work perfectly and just drive it. Like, it just works that well. Like, I like it that much. My black car is a hot rod, so why hot rod this one? That's kind of the way I see it. If anything, if any sort of motor swap was even an option, I think a 2-liter Duratec out of like a Focus or like a EcoBoost swap or something that we can make economical. Like, try to build the ultimate daily driver that gets 35 miles to the gallon and still has a decent amount of power. I think that would be something that would be cool. But either way, you guys let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see with this car specifically. So that being said, like the video if you did enjoy it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. See you guys in the next video, the GL.